What is going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and we're here with some more baseball news as one of the best left-handed relievers, I can say, within the past decade. Of course, that didn't receive as notable of recognition because he never really was. He's only a closer for one season, but from 2014, I'd say, till 2017. Andrew Miller was one of the best left-handed relief pitchers in the game, I will say. And Miller, late yesterday, early today, has announced his retirement after a 16-year career in Major League Baseball. Miller, who is 36 years old, is a former draftee by the Detroit Tigers. He was part of the big, I think, 6-player deal in December of 2007 that sent that was the deal that sent Miguel Cabrera and Dontrelle Willis from the Marlins to the Tigers. Miller was part of the package return deal for the Marlins. Now, early in his career, Miller started off as a starting pitcher, and it was not working out for him. And he himself has even said, back in 2010, he thought his career was over because it was not working out for him at all. Eventually, he would make his way to the Boston Red Sox, where in his first year he still struggled in a starting role and was moved to the bullpen. It took him a couple years, of course, but from there on out, he became a strong left-handed reliever. He was like one of those utility man relievers, pretty much. He could be used at the close games, even though he was only a full-time closer for one season, which was in 2015 with the Yankees. Of course, he would lose that job to Aroldis Chapman when he came to the Yankees in 2016. But he still stuck around with the Yankees for a little bit before being shipped off to Cleveland. And he was a big part in that 2016 World Series for Cleveland. But, Miller was always either, he could close games, he was a setup man, he was a long reliever, he was a lefty specialist. It's like he was a very reliable left-hander who could basically do any role in the bullpen, pretty much. And I think between 2014 and 2017, he had posted an ERA of 182, I think it was. During that time, he split the time with the Red Sox, Orioles, Yankees, and Indians. 2016, though, is probably what he was most known for, as I think he pitched a 0.93 ERA and was the American League Championship Series MVP, I believe it was, when the Indians won the pennant and advanced to the World Series. Just missed beating the Cubs, though, in the World Series in the extra innings of Game 7, which was a phenomenal game, I will say for sure. One of my personal favorite games as a baseball fan to watch. But he put up some very, very strong numbers there. And in 2016 also, he had an ERA of 1.45, and he went 10-1 also. He had a record of 10-1. He was a 2-time All-Star. He would then sign a contract with the Cardinals for the past 3 seasons, and he still was a solid piece in their bullpen. He had a 4.45 ERA in 2019, a 2.77 ERA in 2020, 4.75 ERA in 2021 with the Cardinals, which, okay, yes, not the best, but it's not the worst either, I would say. So even in his last few years, even after his All-Star years, which was definitely from that stretch between 2013, 2017 it was, I believe it was, yeah, you could say, and you could probably count 2013 there as well. Between those stretches of those All-Star appearances, he still put some very solid numbers. It took him a while, of course, to, find his footing, find his home. But once he got moved to the bullpen with the Red Sox, he found his spot where he belonged. Like he said also in an interview, he's thanked a lot of people who was always there and, gave him the confidence to keep going. Because he flat out said, 2010, he thought his career was over. And looking at the numbers, I don't blame him. Like I said, it was not working out for him as a starting pitcher. But he moved to the bullpen, and he just found his footing. And like I saed, he was used in multiple different roles, for sure, in the bullpen. And of course, like I said, in 2015, he was the Yankees closer, as he did go 36 saves and 38 opportunities. Of course, that's when they brought in, of course, Aroldis Chapman after that, and he also was traded to the Indians in 2016, when the Yankees were kind of like flipping the script a little bit, if you know what I mean. Even though that was around a time where they were starting to, you know, bring up some young stars. They, of course, you know, would bring back, you know, some veterans eventually, but they had like some young stars they were starting to rely on for sure. That has worked out for in the long run. But of course, you know, even some of them like Gary Sanchez are starting to move on from them too. But yeah, credit where credit is due. Andrew Miller was a very, very reliable left-handed reliever. He probably won't be in the Hall of Fame. Will not be in the Hall of Fame, of course. But credit where credit is due. He was a very reliable pitcher. And, you know, he's only 36 years old. But, you know, even the last couple of years, he still pitched very solid in the bullpen. I definitely can say, you know, he was definitely a proud man and a reliable person to have in anyone's bullpen. So guys, I wish the best for Andrew Miller and his retirement. What are your thoughts on Andrew Miller's retirement? Do you have any good memories, of course, of Andrew Miller as well in the major leagues? Please make sure to leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. And follow me on Twitter as well at DemandAirboy93. Until then, guys, I'm checking out. I will catch you all later and have a great rest of your night. Peace out, everybody. No